Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you the top 10 things that will actually lower your social value in the eyes of women, or these are going to be specific things that will lower your sexual market value. I'm going to give you all 10 of these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop back to the original problem, why if you do these things it's going to really lower your value in her eyes and why she will eventually like you a lot less. So let's dive in. Okay, so number one, the first and foremost thing that we have to discuss is conforming to her worldview and agreeing with her even though you know that she is blatantly wrong in a few areas when you guys are having a discussion, in hopes of her liking you more because you are scared to offend her. Now, when I say scared to offend her, it's not that you are purposefully trying to say anything rude or disagreeable, but what I'm saying is you are not able to show your own worldview because you think that it will result in potential less intimacy or potentially her not wanting to sleep with you. This is very weak behavior. We have an entire generation of husbands who basically say yes baby and yes dear, and what they do is they align their entire vision for life, their entire earning potential, their entire resource potential in hopes of satisfying her needs. So because of that, none of these guys are actually living how they want to live. So this is first. If you are conforming to her worldview because you think that that's going to make her not want to go, throw some booty back to a different guy all of a sudden, you're completely wrong. If you believe that agreeing with women more is going to give you more potential access to her loving you or intimacy or potentially her wanting to sleep with you, you could not be further from the truth. You're completely wrong. So this is number one. We cannot do this. You cannot do this. Okay, this is the first thing that is going to lower your social value in her eyes, is she's going to look at this guy and go, weak, he conforms, he doesn't stand up for what he believes in, and I don't want him. So that's what you have to remember. A lot of the things that you've been conditioned to do, maybe even by your mom growing up or things of that nature, has led you to end up in a state where you have been manipulated in order to crafting an identity and a personality for yourself that leads you to just go along to get along. So that's number one, okay? So number two would be living your life, spending your time trying to appease women. And what that means specifically for a lot of guys is going to transfer into career and how you make a living and how you survive for yourself. What oftentimes happens is men will go into certain professions, okay, or even just life in general. They will follow trends, they will align their hobbies, they will have these interests in hopes of gaining more status to hopefully attract women. And I'm going to let you in why this is a complete disaster in the long run. Eventually, what women will see is that you don't have a solid congruent identity and understanding of who you are, and she will be able to tell your interest level in the things that you're actually putting time into. And what she's going to be able to see in a quick hurry is it is not fully in alignment with what you truly like. You're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're trying to please others. So if you're spending your time trying to appear as if you're interested and invested in certain things just to hopefully gain status or recognition, specifically in career, let's say, or any other hobby or personal interest, women can feel the reasons why you are doing this, okay? Just understand that. They can feel it, okay? When you start to see this for what it is, you start to make better decisions. And then you make decisions that make you happy in life instead of her or other people. So that's number two. Number three, the third thing that will affect your social value as well as your sexual market value is being polite for absolutely no reason. There's tons of men who are very polite, constantly walking on eggshells with everything they do and everything that they say, because they are fearful that if they say the wrong thing and it puts that woman into a negative emotional state, they think that all hell is going to break loose and something bad will happen. What I always do as I've gotten older is I ask myself, I say, hey, if women were not around right now, would I be acting this way? And if the answer is no, I wouldn't be acting this way, I realize that it is probably because I am in the mindset and the conditioning that somebody from the outside has told me that I'm supposed to behave a certain way, and I don't agree with it. So if you're polite for no reason, okay, you need to ask yourself, or at least this is what I ask myself, I say, if women were not around, would I be acting this way right now? That means if they are around, you have to still have the balls to act how you want to act. And this is something that most guys don't have. This brings me to point number 4, which is just as important, the element of manners. Always say please and thank you. Always be polite. Always be a nice guy. Always make sure that you apologize first. If she throws a temper tantrum and she's pissed off, always make sure that you try to apologize to save that relationship, to reconcile, so that way she is not in a negative space emotionally. Because if you say the word manners, I want you to imagine this. What grown-ass man on earth ever would feel the need to do any of this? Because here's the funny thing. When you have a bunch of dudes around hanging out, the dynamic and the conversations change real quick. For some reason, when you have women enter the room, it changes the dynamic of everything, and men instantly conform, and they stop behaving how they would typically behave. Oh, don't ruin the vibe. Don't say the wrong thing. Don't rock the boat. Oh, don't say that when she's around. She might not want to sleep with you anymore. Who gives a shit? See, this is the biggest problem. A bunch of men pedestalizing sex, a bunch of men putting women on the pedestal, and a bunch of men giving a shit what women think about them. This is the whole issue right now. Now, if you take this a step further, here's what you'll realize about the world if you really take a step back and you look at this. You'll notice that almost every single decision that a man does today, he is typically doing it to appease or hopefully appease women. The clothes he wears, he thinks will increase his style and his sex appeal. The occupation he chooses, he thinks that it will hopefully raise his status. Every decision that he makes is to hopefully be accepted or recognized in the eyes of women. Now here's where this doesn't work so well. When you realize that majority of everything, or I would say that everything and every decision that a woman does oftentimes is for her own self-indulgence of how she would like to portray herself to the world, you will see in a quick hurry that majority of them don't care at all what you think. Because of that, if you operate from the same lens, this is why I'm telling you, if you emulate the behaviors that women do, you will instantly raise your own sexual market value, because that elite level of I don't give a shit mentality radiates from you, and she feels as if hypergamy is satisfied. So let's take this a step back. Manners. What grown man would do any of this? The truth is, men feel that by conforming, she will like him more. He says, oh, if I conform and I act how she would want me to act, if I have manners, if I'm polite, if I'm a good boy, if I'm a good guy, when I say good boy, it's like, how, you were probably raised by your mom or in school, you do whatever you're told, and she's like, oh yeah, oh, he's such a good boy, he's such a sweet boy. This is how majority of mothers will talk to their sons. And then you're in this mindset totally that your whole goal is to appease whoever's giving you that direction. So manners, it doesn't work. What it is almost is it's like psychological or mental castration. You're going to hate yourself every day the more you listen to this shit. Which brings me to point number 5, giving hugs or kisses goodbye. I'm going to tell you this because you need to hear it, because deep down you know that you don't give a shit a lot of times about the things that you act like you care about. So, guys will do this shit where they're like giving a hug goodbye to a bunch of people, or like always making sure they give the woman a hug goodbye, or, make sure that you initiate that gesture of care and chemistry first. Showing any need for connection towards her is going to lower desire. If I'm with a woman, or if I'm in a group of people or anything, now you don't have to follow what I do, right? I'm just telling you how I see the world. You don't have to do this. I'm just explaining to you how I view this. If I'm with a group of people, I will literally just look at them and I'll just say, all right, catch you later. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I'll catch you later. It's good seeing you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. What men do is they think that if they align themselves more with having manners and being socially polite, it's going to raise her desire for him, because he feels as if he's going to look like a good guy. So then what he'll do is he'll say, oh, come here, come give me a hug goodbye. And it's like, deep down he doesn't care, but he still does this stuff. And then what happens is if you bring this up to him, he'll convince himself, he'll be like, well, I do this because it's what I've always done, or it's what most guys do. And it's like, yeah, that's why most guys don't have any options and are unattractive to most women. So it's like you have to exit this paradigm of thinking that if you do all this shit, you're going to be rewarded, because you won't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All of this stuff that you think will help you literally just hurts you. So keep that in mind. What's another one I wrote down here? Number 6, pretending you are interested in boring topics. So this could be you on a date. This could be you as a husband. This could be you as a boyfriend dating a woman. Do you know how many men spend their time listening to boring topics that they have no interest in? You're going to sit there on the date and listen to how she wants to decorate her house for Christmas and all this shit, and you don't care. And I know that I don't care because I can feel it inside. And if I feel it inside, I know that you're sitting there acting like you care about all this stuff too. I refuse to be a guy where I'm going to sit with a woman and act like I care about what color of bedspread she wants to pick out. I don't give a shit what color paintings are on the walls. I don't care. And I'm not going to sit and pretend like I care just to appease her so she looks at me as a good companion and wants to stay with me, because it won't work. And all that's going to happen is she's not going to want to sleep with me. Over the years, she's going to build up a ton of resentment because I didn't stay true to my own character, and then she'll leave anyways, or she'll just cheat and go bang somebody else. So all this stuff, pretending you're interested in this stuff. And if you try to act like you really care about anything outside of that, she's going to know that in some way, shape, or form, you're putting on a front to hopefully display that you have interest that aligns with her feminine beliefs of how you feel that you think the world should be to appease her. And then what happens is, in the short run or in the short term, maybe she will hang out with you, maybe she'll talk with you, maybe she will even be with you or sleep with you. But days build up to weeks, weeks build up to months, and months build up to years, and you have a bunch of resentment. Typically, guys who have high sexual market value, it's harder for them to be manipulated due to the fact that they have their own worldview and they are who they say they are. Now, expressing yourself how you would like to express yourself is so important. You have to make sure that your identity and your character, you are portraying the image that you would like to portray to the world. I wear the clothes I want to wear. Okay, if I wake up and I want to make my marker board presentations wearing pajamas, I do so. Why? Because that's what I decided that day. So if you live that way, you have full control over your worldview and you have full control over the destiny of your own life. This stems into career, this stems into how you handle social interactions. You have to be a man of character. It's very important. So I stopped pretending like I care about these boring topics. I don't care that she had to feed her animal or her dog at noon. I don't care that it's a long day and the postcards that she's sending for invitations for this birthday party needs a different color envelope. I don't care. I don't care. And you're not going to convince me to care. You're not going to tell me that I'm a bad companion because I don't. I'm just different. I'm unapologetically myself. And because I have balls, I feel like that's okay to do so. So that's how it's going to be, at least in my opinion. And you know what? Some girls are going to love that about me, and the women who come into my life love that about me, and the women who don't like that about me don't. And that's fine. You can't be everybody's cup of tea. So, like, there's some women, if you have a famous musician versus a famous basketball player, there's some women who are going to want the famous musician. There's other women who are going to want the famous basketball player. That's called life, okay? That's just called life. You can't be everything for everyone. There are some women who are going to view me as short-term. There are some women who are going to view me as long-term. There are some women who view me as very hot, very attractive. There's some women who don't view me that way. I go on dates sometimes, and I have some women compliment my looks, and I have some women who compliment how I look aesthetically, or they say, oh my gosh, you're so cute, or you have such a great face, or whatever the case may be. I know for sure there's other women who I don't align with what their view of attractive is, and I know for sure there's going to be other women who view me as not as attractive. And that's just how life goes. So you can't be everything for everyone. So stop trying to pretend that you care about and you have interest in things that do not interest you. Like me, for example, I care about my craft and my purpose and my goals. That's it. I don't care who won the football game. I don't care who won the basketball game. I don't care what's going on TV. I don't care what's going on social media. I don't care what's going on in the music industry. I don't give a shit. I don't care. So I'm not going to act like I do. I also don't care about this thing or that thing. So a lot of guys, you act like you care. And this stems into everything. You know, oh, my great aunt is having a family reunion on my girlfriend's side, so I have to attend even though I don't want to be there. It's like, no, you don't. You get to pick where you put your time. So I'm done acting like I care about anything. I have always lived this way, and it has served me more than you could ever imagine. I have built basically my dream life by operating how I would like to operate. Now, you don't do anything that would hurt anyone's feelings on purpose. You don't do anything that would piss someone off to the degree just because you're trying to be a prick to them for no reason. No, you just live how you'd like to live, and you do the things you want to do. And you know what? That might align with what is popular in culture at the time, or it might not, but who gives a shit? Like, that's what you got to remember, right? So number 6, pretending that you're interested in boring topics. And I'm going to actually add a second piece to this that I wrote down. Okay, so when I say pretending you're interested in boring topics, here's what most women know, or I feel like they know this on a subconscious level. If you're willing to date a woman, what that basically says is, yes, I would like to sleep with you, and she knows this on a subconscious level. She knows you find her attractive. If you want a relationship with a woman, all that basically tells her is, yes, I would like to repetitively sleep with you for a longer duration. Well, what does that do? Giving a relationship basically inflates her beauty level, and now she questions your sexual market value. Well, what does that do? That gets her to maybe question where you stack up in the dating game. So like, women know this. Women know that if you're in a relationship with him, all it really means is I would like to sleep with you consistently. And then every concession that you keep listening to, meaning, hey, we got to go to this reunion. Hey, we got to go to my uncle's birthday party. Hey, we got to do this. Hey, we got to do that. The more you say yes, 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 and she can feel that you're with her just because of that, because you hope that you have access to continuously get to keep being with her or sleeping with her. She knows this. So once again, you're getting your value extracted, you're getting your attention extracted, you're providing resources all of a sudden for things you don't want to do, and then that's how you become 55, 60 years old, and you look at your life and you go, man, I really didn't accomplish a lot of the goals I wanted to. Well, that's why. How about that? How do you like them apples, huh? How do you like that one? Number 7, aligning your work with a hopeful status increase so women will notice. I want you to ask yourself this. How many engineers, doctors, lawyers do we have in the world right now that don't want to do that or don't like doing that? They're just doing it because they hopefully think that it's a profession with some sort of status so the woman likes him. Now, if you are a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, I am not saying that that's you. You might love what you do. But for some of you out there where maybe you're at like a 5 out of 10 interest level with your career, I'm going to ask you this. Did you maybe choose something that you just felt would give you some status? She can feel that. So then what does that actually signal? That signals at 8 hours a day, right? If there's 24 hours in a day, that signals to her that 8 hours a day for at least a third of your entire life, you are willing to do something that you don't want to do to hopefully have a status increase in the eyes of women. What does that mean? It means you're working for her. You're not working for you. You're working for her. And she knows that subconsciously because she can feel that. It's intuition. Okay, so that's number 7, aligning your work with a hopeful status increase so women will notice. Number 8, acting like you do not notice how things have been commercialized. This is the 8th thing that's going to lower your social value in front of women or your SMV, your sexual market value. Acting like you don't notice. The concept of marriage, for example, used to be man and a woman coming together, and it's a ceremony that has real value here because it means something. So what's happened? It's been commercialized. Did you have the bachelorette party? Do you have the fancy bow or the fancy ribbons on the gifts? Are you taking the right kind of pictures to portray this to the world, right? Do you have this kind of artist or DJ at your wedding? All this stuff, it's a big status game. So if you're going to sit there and act as if you don't notice how things have been commercialized, once again, you're just stuck in the trap of going along to get along, and it's not good. At least I believe it's not good, right? Because she can feel that you're just going along with this stuff, right? Number 9 would be trends or clothing. I really think that women are able to tell if you're just dressing a certain way because you believe that you should, because that's the way the world is moving. I think that a lot of men, truthfully, are controlled almost based off the clothing that's presented to them in stores. I think that it's important to wear exactly what you want to wear. If you want to wear camouflage every day, do that, right? I love these tank tops. I wear them all the time. This is what I wear. I am who I am. I don't care what trends in the clothing stores or in the shopping malls happen in 10 years. I'm wearing what I like to wear. And then number 10, not having your own worldview. So if you don't have your own worldview, what does that say? It shows you're basically like anyone can just influence you to believe anything. So I even will tell you that with me. If you are being influenced by my videos, because that's what they call people online, is they call them influencers. Well, you got to ask yourself, hey, like if you're going to be influenced, you need to really use some discernment, even with my videos or with anybody's videos, and you say, hey, yeah, this sounds good. Yeah, this makes me feel good. But do I truly agree with what this person's saying? And I advise you to disagree with me if you have disagreements. If you feel like you don't agree with some of these points, that's fine. All I can do is provide you as much value as I can on this channel to hopefully give you a better understanding of what I have found to be true when it comes to female nature. I have seen a side of female nature where I understand what they gravitate towards on an attraction level. I have had numerous experiences over the past 10 years of seeing this for what it is. So all I can do is give you the tips that I have found best have helped me. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.